यस्यो भवद्भक्तिजनार्तिहन्तुः प्रतितमेष्वचार्यतूर्णम् स्तम्भे अवतारस्तुमनन्यलक्ष्यं लक्ष्मीनृसिंहं शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि गुरुभ्यः तद्गुरुभ्यश्च नमो वाकमधीमहे प्रणीमहे च तत्राद्यौ दम्पतीं जगदाम्पतीं लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामनमच्युताम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां यो नित्यमच्युतपदां भजेत्मव्यामोहतत्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतो श्रीकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणं शरणं प्रपद्ये माता पिता युवतेस्तनया विभूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य नः कुलपतेर्वकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्गडगणं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना भूतं शरश्च मदाह्वयभट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखरयोगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्घ्रेण परकालयतीन्द्रमिष्टान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्।
Ashtakshari mantram, the first one, you have pranavam. Pranavam, Om, is composed of 3 letters, Akara, Ukara, Makara iti, A, U and M. A means Narayana, A, Narayana, Vishnu Vachakam. According to Sanskrit, A means Vishnu. A, Akaram, is the beginning of all the letters. Because Vishnu is the origin of everyone. Even Brahma is created by Vishnu. So Vishnu is the first and the foremost one, the very beginning. Why do you think Akaram represents Vishnu? The letter A is a shortened form of the word Ava. Ava means protection. Bhagavan Vishnu is the protector of all the universes. Based on all these things, Akaram A represents Vishnu. Then comes the letter U, or English letter U. U means Mahalakshmi, or U also means only. Then comes the letter M, Makaram. Makara represents the Jivatma, the soul. This is again supported by a lot of inferences from the scriptures. If you look at not the vowels, the consonants, the 25th consonant is Makaram. Non-vowels, consonants means non-vowels. In Sanskrit letters, A, I, U, these are all called vowels. Consonants, non-vowels, Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Nya, Cha, Cha, Ja, Jha, Any, Ta, Tha, Da, Dha, Na, Pa, Pha, Da, Dha, Na, Pa, Pha, Ba, Bha, Ma. So 5 times 5, 25. The 25th letter is Ma, M, the letter M. And that is how Makaram is related as Jivatma, because in the 26 tattvas we have, the 25th tattvam is the Jivatma. Then comes the question, what are these 26 tattvas? The very creation is explained in the tattvas. The tattvam is Prakriti, matter. Prakriti. Prakriti evolves into Mahat, evolves, transforms, amenable for Srishti. That's called evolution. First is Prakriti, matter. The second one is Mahat. The third one, into the Mahat, the individual soul, Ahankara, enters the concept of I. So from that, the 5 gross elements are there. Prithvi, Apaha, Teja, Vayuhu, Akasha. Earth, water, fire, air, and ether, Akasha. Immediately, the 5 elements are associated with their 5 qualities called tanmatras. Some people call this tanmatras as subtle elements. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Prithvi Tattvam, Gandha, smell. Apaha, water. Water's nature is taste. Taste is rasa. Teja, fire. Fire, light will make us see, will make us identify Rupam. The shapes are revealed. Vayu, the quality of air is sparsha. You can feel it. Just as when the wind blows, when the fan is turned on, you can feel the air. From Akasha, the thunders, the sounds, the quality of Akasha is the sound, tanmatras. So, Prithivyapastejo Akashat Vaya. One second.
ఎవరో టెంపుల్లో మాంగళ్య పూజ చేసుకొని ఓన్లీ తాళి కట్టాలని చెప్తారు ఇంకెవరు.
The Panchabhutas and their subtle elements are their qualities, tanmatras, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandhas. So 5 plus 5, 10 plus 3, 15. The 5 karmendriyas, senses of action, namely Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upastha, the mouth that can talk, the hands that can work, the feet that can walk, the excretory organs, and the reproductive organs. These are the 5 that always do work in the body. Pancha Karmendriyas. There are 5 senses of knowledge, Jnanendriyas. Tvak, Chakshuhu, Shrotra, Jihva, Grana. Tvak, the skin that can feel. Chakshu, the eyes that can see. Shrotra, the ears that can hear. Jihva, the tongue that can taste. Ghana, the nose that can smell. These are the 5 jnanendriyas. So you have the first 3, Prakriti, Mahat, Ahankara. Panchabhutas, Pancha Tanmatras or Pancha subtle elements. 13, 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas, 23. The 24th tattvam is the manas, the mind that controls the jnanendriyas and the karmendriyas. Manas is the 24th. Then comes the jivatma that experiences all these things. But 25th tattvam is the jivatma makaram. And the 26th tattvam is the paramatma. So that is how makara, the letter M, stands for the jivatma, the soul. And the letter M denotes the jivatma also because atma is of the nature of jnana. So the makara shabdam comes from the jnanam. And also the jivatma is very, very limited in size. Anu. That way also the anu shabdam denotes atma. So if you look at the just one word Om made up of A-U-M, it stands for Jivatma is a servant of Sri Mahavishnu and Sri Mahalakshmi. Jivatma is the servant. Servant means Sesha. Master means Seshi. In the Sesha, Seshi Bhavam. Pranavam indicates Jivatma is the servant of Sri Mahavishnu and Sri Mahalakshmi. It can also mean Jivatma is for Sri Mahalakshmi and Sri Mahavishnu only. If you take it as U standing for only, the Jivatma is subservient to Sri Mahavishnu only, and to no one else. That also means Jivatma is never the master. Paramatma is the master. Jivatma is just a servant only. So this many things are there embedded in that one letter Pranavam. When you say Jivatma, is a servant of Vishnu only, then Mahalakshmi is understood. Because wherever there is Sriman Narayana, Mahalakshmi is always there on his chest as Nityanapayini. When you say when you say Sriman Narayana, it automatically indicates along with Mahalakshmi, who is permanently seated on his Vakshasthalam, is understood. That's the meaning of Pranavam. Then comes the question of Namaha. Om Namo Narayana. Namaha. Namo Shabdam stands for Namaha. Namaha means I offer my prostrations to. Or if you split the word Namaha, this means not mine. Not Maha, mine. So what is the meaning of not mine? Not mine actually means the Jivatma is not mine. The Jivatma is a servant of the Lord. The Jivatma belongs to Bhagavan. It also means Namaha. Nothing is mine. Everything is not mine. Everything belongs to Paramatma. Nothing is mine. Everything belongs to Sriman Narayana. Namaha. It also means even independence is not mine. I don't have any swatantram. I'm always paratantram. I'm not independent. I cannot make any decisions. I'm depending on Bhagavan only, even for my survival. I'm depending on Bhagavan. So swatantram should not be there for people who want to attain salvation. Paratantram only. It also means Namaha. I am not the master. I am not the master of anyone. You may say, I am a big boss in my office. There are 100 people working under me. It's all Brahma. The real thing is you are not master of anyone. You are a servant. At the most, you are a senior servant. Others are junior servants. That's all. So Namaha also stands for Jivatma is not the master. Paramatma alone is the master. That's why after Sharanagati, they always say Supriya. It won't stop there. Ramanuja Dasi. I do not belong to anyone other than Narayana. And our relationship is master and servant. He is the master, I am the servant. He is the master, I am the servant. Then comes the last word, Narayanaya. So in the word Nara, Na means not, Ra means perish. That which is not perishable. That which has no death. And that which has no death is the Jivatma. Because Jivatma has no death. As you all know from Bhagavad Gita, Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakah, nachainam kledayan chapu, na soshayati marutaha. Achedyoyam adahyoyam, akledyo soshayevacha, nichaha sarvagataha sthanahu, achaloyam sanatanaha. Na jayate mriteva, nayam bhutva na bhavita na bhuyaha. Ajaha nityaha shashvatoyam, purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. This many supporting statements are there in Bhagavad Gita to indicate na ra, one which will never perish, eternally existing, is Nara, the Jivatma. Nara also need not be just one Jivatma. It can be the groups and groups of Naras or Jivatmas, multitude of Jivatmas. So, as you heard, na ra, na, never, ra, perishing. So, nara not only refers to Jivatma, it can also refer to Paramatma, Sri Mahavishnu. Nara also means those belonging to Bhagavan. What are the things that are belonging to Bhagavan? Both Chetana and Achetanas, both the souls and the matter. Then comes Ayana, Nara, Ayana, Narayana. Ayana. Ayana means the resting place, the support, or the home. So if you take that meaning as support or resting place, Narayana is the resting place of all the Chetanas and Achetanas. It can also mean one whose resting place is Naras. That means Sriman Narayana's resting place is Naras. That means Chetanas and Achetanas. As you heard, Ishvaraha Sarvabhutanam Hrideshe Arjuna Vishaya. Narayana means the resting place for all the Jivatmas. Narayana also means whose resting place is Naras. So Narayana as Ishvara is in the hearts of everyone. That means Chetanas and Achetanas, they exist, they abide in Narayana. Or if you look at the other way, Narayana abides or exists in everything as Antaryami. To make it very simple, Chetanas and Achetanas, Jivatmas and matter, rest in Narayana, or Narayana rests in all Chetanas and Achetanas. That is why at the end of the day of Brahma, when there is pralayam, huge tsunami, all the worlds, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Svargaloka, are just inundated. submerged under water. What happens to the Jivatmas who did not get moksha, who are still in Prakriti? That is what Markandeya asked. Sriman Narayana gave him the darshan of Vatapatrashayi, Bhagavan as a baby floating on the waters on a banyan leaf, and the Jivatmas are there resting on Narayana. Narayana becomes the resting place of all those Jivatmas who did not get moksha during the Pralayam. Narayana is the resting place of all Chetanas and Achetanas. This quality of Bhagavan being the resting place of Chetanas and Achetanas is called Bahirvyapti. Externally, you can see. There is another one called Antarvyapti, namely, Sriman Narayana is resting in all Chetanas and Achetanas in their hearts as Antaryami. Some of the Chetanas, soul itself is an atom. So Bhagavan should be smaller than the atom to rest inside the Jivatmas as Antaryami. That is the reason why it's called Anoho Aniyan, Mahato Mahiyan. Bhagavan is smaller than the smallest Jivatma, or Bhagavan is much superior to anyone who is superior. Anoho Aniyan, Mahato Mahiyan. So this kind of Bhagavan resting in every Jivatma as Antaryami is called Antarvyapti, external manifestation, internal manifestation. Again, Antarvyapti means Bhagavan is present in every Jivatma, in every Chetana and Achetana. Bahirvyapti means all Chetanas and Achetanas are resting on Narayana. That means he is bigger than the entire multitudes of Jivatmas and the multitudes of Achetanas. One is Anoho Aniyan, another is Mahato Mahiyan. So all these things combined, it also means Ayana also can mean it is the means. So Narayana is the means to attain salvation. Sri Mahavishnu is the means, the upayam to attain salvation. It also means, Ayana also means it is the fruit, the phalam, upayam. So then Narayana means he is the fruit to be attained by all jivatmas. Whatever be it karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, sharanagati yoga, Narayana is the fruit that will be attained by every jivatma. Then he becomes upayam, phalam, upayam and upayam. Means through Narayana you attain Narayana. Using Narayana as the means, you attain Narayana. You chant Ashtakshara mantra to attain that Narayana. So if you take all these things into consideration, there are many ways the first Ashtakshara mantra can be explained. Very simple way, our salutations are pranamas to Narayana. It also means I surrender myself to Sriman Narayana. My existence is only for the pleasure of the Lord. It also means I am a servant of the Lord. Servant of the Lord means servant of Lord and Sri Maharashmi. I am not a servant of anyone else. Then it can also mean I surrender myself to the Lord because He is the only protector. Om Namo Narayanaya means I do service only to the Lord Sriman Narayana and Sri Mahalakshmi. It also means in Sarvakala Sarvavastas, I am a servant of the Lord. I am meant only to serve the Divya Dampatis. I do not belong to myself. There is nothing as mine. Because I myself belong to the Lord, everything that I have also belongs to Him. When you say nothing belongs to me, I myself belong to the Lord, the ego, there's no room for ego at all. It means Sriman Narayana is the only upayam, is the only means to attain Him. It also means my protection, the burden of my protection, is the responsibility of Bhagavan. It also means I belong to Bhagavan only. I do Sharanagati. I use Sharanagati as a means to attain Him. So we use Narayana as the means to attain Narayana as the phalam. Difficult to remember? Maybe I'll try to prepare a short note and try to send you so that you can read it hundreds of times. That is the meaning of Om Namo Narayanaya. Srita, you wanted me to go through again. Tell me, Srita, is it clear or you need, is it that I do service only to the Lord Sriman Narayana and Sri Mahalakshmi? It also means in Sarvakala Sarvavastas, I am a servant of the Lord. I am meant only to serve the Divya Dampatis. I do not belong to myself. There is nothing as mine. Because I myself belong to the Lord, everything that I have also belongs to Him. When you say nothing belongs to me, I myself belong to the Lord, the ego, there's no room for ego at all. It means Sriman Narayana is the only upayam, is the only means to attain him. It also means my protection, the burden of my protection, is the responsibility of Bhagavan. It also means I belong to Bhagavan only. I do Sharanagati. I use Sharanagati as a means to attain him. So we use Narayana as the means to attain Narayana as the phalam. Difficult to remember? Maybe I'll try to prepare a short note and try to send you so that you can read it hundreds of times. That is the meaning of Om Namo Narayana. And everything that people are thinking belongs to me, nothing belongs to me. I myself belong to Sriman Narayana, and everything that is called as mine also belong to Narayana. Mam Madiyancha Nikhilam Chetana Achetanaatmakam Swakenkaryopakarnam Varada Swikurusvayam. You have a house, use it to serve Sriman Narayana. You have a lot of wealth, use it to serve Sriman Narayana. So, is always subservient to the Paramatma. We use Sriman Narayana as the means to attain the fruit of reaching Sriman Narayana. So Narayana becomes the means as well as the end result. Narayana becomes the upayam and the upayam. Narayana is the means, and the final result is also Narayana. Much easier. There are two lines. Starts with the Sriman Narayana Charanau Sharanam Prapajye. Srimate Narayanaya Namaha. That Sriman Narayana, in that Sri is the first one. Sri means Mahalakshmi. Just as Bhagavan is a Paramatma, Sadgunya Paripurnatvam, Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Virya, Shakti, Teja, the six qualities in 100% is Paramatma. But the Jivatma always wants to be a servant of Sriman Narayana. And when you say Sriman Narayana, it includes Mahalakshmi and Narayana. And Mahalakshmi is equally Bhagavan as Narayana. If Narayana has the 6 qualities of Shadgunya Paripurnatam, Mahalakshmi equally has all those 6 qualities. But her qualities are, she is the one resorted to by all Jivatmas. Every Jivatma will first go to Mahalakshmi. Who will plead on our behalf. She will listen to all the prayers of all the Jivatmas. She will make sure Sriman Narayana listens to all the prayers of all the Jivatmas. She destroys all karma that is standing in the way of our attaining salvation. She will make the Jivatma perfect in the sense that all the other desires of a Chetana are removed and only one desire remains, namely to attain moksha, to serve him. She is the one who makes it. These are the 6 qualities of Sri Mahalakshmi. Shadgunya Paripurnatam for Narayana, Shadgunya Paripurnatam is for Sri Mahalakshmi. So Sriman Narayana Charanam Sharanam Prapajye. So you can address it as, hey Sriman Narayana, I surrender at your feet. Hey Sriman Narayana, Sharanam Sharanam Prapajye, I surrender at your feet. It can also mean Sriman Narayana Charanam Sharanam Prapajye, I surrender at the feet of Sriman Narayana. So it can mean both ways. We surrender. Hey Sriman Narayana, I surrender at your feet. Also mean I surrender at the feet of Sriman Narayana. Then why do we say only the feet? The feet represents the whole essence of Bhagavan. The feet are the most important aspect of Lord Sriman Narayana. We only fall at his feet for getting salvation. Therefore, Sriman Narayana Charanam. So, Sriman Narayana Charanam Sharanam Prapajya means we do Sharanagati at the divine feet of Lord Sriman Narayana. So when you say Sriman Narayana Charanam Sharanam Prapajya, we use that Sharanagati as a means. What does the second part means? Srimate Narayanaya Namaha. So the external meaning is Srimate Narayanaya Namaha. I offer my salutations to Sriman Narayana. Or the deeper meaning can be, may I be of service only to Sriman Narayana. I am not for myself. Nothing belongs to me. Everything belongs to the Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. Everything belongs to Sriman Narayana only. Nothing belongs to me. I only do Sharanagati. I do Sharanagati only for the pleasure of the Lord. The first part indicates the Upayam. I do Sharanagati at the feet of Sriman Narayana. The second part indicates the Phalam, Upayam. That means we attain Sriman Narayana. You attain Sri Vaikuntham. You attain Sri Vaikuntham only to serve the Lord. That is the reason why when you do Sharanagati Dvayamantram, you are constantly saying, I am the Jivatma, nothing belongs to me. Myself and all I have only belong to Sriman Narayana. So there is no room for ego at all. It's a very, very special one. Since a death can happen any time, Dvayamantram can be chanted under any and all circumstances. As a japam only, you take a shower, you sit at a place, you count at least 28 times and you as japam. But as a dhyanam, without counting, keep on chanting is called dhyanam. That you can do only on the Sharanagati mantram, Dvaya mantram, with no restrictions. You can do in Sarvakara Sarvavastas. Evening you are taking a walk, you are wearing shoes, you are not religiously dressed in a dhoti or a sari, you are there in shorts or t-shirt or sweatpants, sweatshirt. You are wearing shoes, doesn't matter. You can do dhyanam on Dvaya mantram. Sarvakala Sarvavastas. You are lying down on the bed unable to fall asleep. You can do dhyanam, Dvaimantra dhyanam. You are taking shower, you can do Dvaimantra dhyanam. Quarantine period, monthly 4 days for the ladies, or whenever there is a birth, at least 10 days. Whenever there is a birth in the family, at least 10 days. Whenever there is a death in the family with the same gotram, quarantine period of 10 days. All these times, you cannot even do Bhagavad Aradhana, but you can do Dvayamantra Dhyanam. That powerful. It's not mantras. Nyasa Dashakam is like the preparation. You sit for lunch. You eat that rice, vegetables, yogurt, etc. But for that to happen, it needs a lot of preparation. You have to take the rice, you have to wash it, you have to keep it on the stove, it has to cook. So Nyasa Dashakam is like the preparation. And Sharanagati is sitting and having lunch. So if you do that, when you say Mam Madiyincha Nikram Chetana Chetanatmakam, Swakinkaryupakaranam Varada Swiguru Swayam, you are totally offering your everything. The Chetanas like your son, etc. Achetana is like anything that belongs to you, your house, your wealth, your money, your jewelry, everything belongs to Krishna. That is why Orthodox people, whenever they buy new clothes, they will not directly wear. They keep at the feet of Bhagavan, and then only they will take it as a blessing from Bhagavan. So, when you say, why do Sharanagati, Akrutyanancha Karanam, Krutyanam Varjanancha me? What we are supposed to do, we don't do. What we are not supposed to do, we do. Amavasya, Pitur Tarpanam is to be done. We don't do. People are not supposed to take alcoholic stuff. They take. So forbidden things, we do. Must do things, we don't do. So you ask for forgiveness for all those things, for not doing the must do things, and for doing the forbidden things. Akrutyanancha karanam, for doing things that you are not supposed to do. Krutyanam varjanancha me, must do, you don't do. Sandhyavandanam, you don't do. Bhagavan Nivedana, you don't do. So what you must do, you don't do. What you should not do, you do. Taking alcoholic drinks, telling a lie, so many things we do, which we are not supposed to do. So that is why it says, Akrutyanancha karanam, krutyanam varjanancha me. We are not supposed to commit sins, we commit sins. We are always supposed to be good, we are not good. Are you getting it, ma'am?
Again, Dhanesh.
Then why people are doing them? Because they don't have the feeling, I am the Jivatma. They have the feeling, I am the body. They don't have the feeling, I am a servant of the Lord. They think I am the master of everything. We are never humble. We never say we belong to Bhagavan. We say, hey, everything belongs to me. That is our problem. Karma that is to be done is service to Bhagavan. And anything you do, you can convert it into service of Bhagavan. You suppose Sunita is cooking. She should not having a feeling, I am preparing this okra vegetable because my daughter loves it. That is ordinary people who think like that. When you did Sharanagati, you say you are preparing this okra vegetable only to offer to Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana. Suppose Sunita is dressing up, nice saree, lots of jewelry. Ordinary people think, do I look beautiful? Am I looking attractive? Will everyone look at me? Will everyone appreciate my saree? Will everyone appreciate my jewelry? Ordinary people. But those who did Sharanagati also dress up, indicating, I must be presentable to my Lord. Even the servants in high profile places have a uniform. I did Sharanagati. I must wear a 9-yard saree. This is my uniform to do service to my Lord. I did Sharanagati. I must be in a dhoti and angavastram to do my service to Bhagavan. Everything that you do must be as a service to Bhagavan. You are preparing something, food items. Ordinary people, I love to eat. My child loves this laddu I am making. Sharanagata, I am preparing this food only to offer to Bhagavan. I am preparing this laddu because Krishna likes it. I am churning this yogurt to get butter because Krishna loves Hayanga Veenam, fresh churned butter. Ordinary people doing the same thing will acquire more karma. I love okra vegetable. My daughter loves okra vegetable I am cooking. They don't even offer to Krishna, they are eating sin. Religious people, the same thing they do, but they get elevated. They also eat, but they say, I am preparing these food items only to offer to Bhagavan Krishna. And after I offer, it becomes prasadam. Then only I can eat. So ordinary people have ego. If Sharanagata doesn't have ego. Ordinary people do things for their own pleasure. Sharanagatas do things for the pleasure of the Lord. Is that clear, sir?
Yes, Swamiji.
श्री मंत्राय प्रसूत्र पारायणं करिष्ये त्वैरक्षते ओम अस्तुभ्यर्मस्तत्पर्गुभ्यर्मस्तु सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीरंगनाथ शिवगोपेन्द्र लक्ष्मण लक्ष्मण समशेत्कर्णिकपात्रं श्रीरंगवीरराजशोभृजं वेदान्तदेशनोर्विजये श्रीमते श्रीवंशगोपश्रीवेदान्तदेशमहादेशिकाय नमः
वेदांत देश के तीन कृपाभिषिक्तं श्री रंगनाथ शेखर लप्तपोदम श्री कृष्ण देश के तीन्द्रमहं प्रपद्ये श्रीमते श्री कृष्ण देश के तीन्द्र महादेशिकाय नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मत्परमगुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मत्सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मदाचार्य दिव्य तिरुवडिगले शरणम्।